Good evening, because it is evening. Today is January 14th, 2026, and welcome to the Women's Nest. Apologies for um, not being here the past couple of days. Life has gotten really crazy and hectic, and I've learned balance in my maturing age, as my mom says. All right, so today's reading. We are not unlike a particularly hardy crustacean. With each passage from one stage of human growth to the next, we too must shed a protective structure. Gail Sheehy. Our passage into a new stage of development was initiated by a desire to stop using addictive substances. The values we lived by while using drugs no longer fits us. We need to shed our old skin and grow a new one that reflects our current worldview. We are now, and always will be, in the stage of becoming, of trying to fulfill our changing dreams and aspirations. What we can accomplish at one stage of life is different from what we can handle at another. And yet, an overall design is being shaped by all our endeavors. The more willing we are to shed yet another skin, the more centered, stable, and spirit filled we'll become. And then some questions down here. Do my actions fit my values? As I outgrow my values, I will release them. I will relish my growth today and celebrate my new skin. So, at the very, well, I guess the middle after the first section, um, our passage into a new stage, so like the very first stage of development, was initiated by a desire to stop using addictive substances. And like someone I know, they say like, "What am I addicted to more and next?" And and I love when they say that because it's so true. And I share this sometimes, right? So like, I have such an addictive personality. So when I got my motorcycle and I got the saddlebags on it, um, I had mentioned like I like puzzling again. So I go to ride to Target because I was on my own riding, and I go to Target to get a puzzle. But no, I have to get two, right? Like one for each hand. They're like, what's that all about? But like, no matter what, I'm addicted to more, and I'm addicted to next. And like, I'm going away, and I didn't pack until like last minute, but I had to make sure I had time to puzzle. Like, that's not the priority, Danielle. The priority is pack, get something to eat, relax. I had to get the bills squared away so, Friday they can go in the mailbox. And but I'm so addicted to that feeling. Now, while it's much healthier than other addictions, it's still the same, right? Like, in my house, I can't have cookies, especially soft ones. Woo! Just eat them all up. I won't have one or two. I'll have the whole container and then get sick and wonder why I'm sick. And it just that's what happens. Um, so like those are things that, while generally harmless, it's still the same problem, right? I want more and I want next. But it says we need to shed our old skin and grow a new one that reflects our current worldview. I was talking to someone about this the other day. Um, my grandmother, I loved her. She was just an awesome person, but she had some thoughts on things, and she was like my second mother. So I had some thoughts on some things, and I'm not proud of them now, but that's all I knew back then, and that's not who I am today. So when I look at it saying, we need to grow out of our old skin for the new one to fit us that reflect our current views on things. And and how true is that? It's okay that I've changed my views on a lot of things. That means that I'm still growing. And I hope that in another decade, I don't have the same views I have today. Like, that's not growing. That's just staying in whatever level I'm in now, whatever skin I'm in now. So, um, what we can accomplish at one stage of life is different from what we can handle at another. To me, that's very powerful because, again, right, a decade ago, so 33, I like loved that age. But now I look back and I'm like, oh, honey, you were a train wreck. And I was. I was totally a train wreck. Um, Mentally and physically, I was not okay. But what I was able to accomplish then was okay because that's as far as I could go at that point in time, if that makes sense to anyone. But just down here, do my actions fit my values? Whew. My values today are very different than they were even a year ago. Last night I got to share in someone's celebration. It was awesome, right? Uh, I've had a little part in their celebration, not much, but just enough. Or I've had a little part in the reason they got to celebrate last night, and it actually just reminded me of my values. Um, I'm a control freak, and that's a value that isn't really serving. It's helpful at times, but it's not serving all the time. So that's one of my things that I always try to catch myself. Just the other day, something came up and I jumped right in. Someone was cooking in the kitchen and I just jumped right in, and they were making a meal, following a recipe or whatever. And I stopped and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Do you want help? Because I just kind of jumped in. So, like, my values today are that, yes, I still want to help, but I have to be more conscientious of, does that person actually want help? And they need to use their voice too. So, do my actions equal my values? Today I say that I'm a woman of grace and dignity, and I feel like I've always said that I've had integrity, and I do feel like I've had integrity. But I can look back, and there were times that I did not act as if I had integrity, um, and that's for another whole session. But I do think that my actions correspond with my values today, and that's I'm going to say it's a great place to be, right? That's not me saying I'm awesome. It's me saying that, if we all just try to do the right thing and help the next person, then, we can all be awesome and it would be an awesome world. And oh man, you know, just so much could change. So, I'm going to try to record a couple more, I think, tonight. I'm going to jump in the shower and I'm going to try to do some recordings. And I'm definitely not going to be able to do a Sunday session this week. But again, I am going to be planning on doing a Sunday session with you all the 25th. So, all 15, 20 of you, don't be sad when you don't see me on Sunday. But when things are settled down a little bit, I'll tell you all about why I couldn't do one on Sunday. It's not a bad thing. It's not, I promise. Uh, and then hopefully the following week I can get my girl and we can talk about the grief and recovery and all that good stuff. So take care. Talk soon. Bye.